Hello everyone, LadyPhoenix here, and welcome back to some more Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. So in the previous video, we completed Death Mountain and got in the downward stab. And we also brought the trophy back to the lady back in the town of Rudo. And in this video, we're going to get a few more things before taking on the second palace, which I believe is the Swamp Palace. I'm pretty sure it's a different name of it. Matter of fact, it is a different name, but I can't think of it right now. But anyway, we're going to start the video off by leaving the harbor town of Mido, and come to this rock that we passed by in the previous video. This is the rock that you could find the Link doll on the side of. If you go to the left hand side of it, it's either one square up from it or it's one square down. I'm not entirely sure, but it's on the left hand side of this boulder. And I got this Link doll to actually get me through Death Mountain, and what a ride that was. But this is the rock here. We're gonna get the bottle of life for a villager back in the harbor town of Mido. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mido sounds better. And it's what I've been saying since Ocarina of Time. So Mido it is. But we have to get this bottle of water because there is another spell that we can learn in that town. But like I said, you have to get this bottle first. I'm pretty sure there's some vague Castlevania 2 like hint that you can get in Mido, but I always just come here and just get the bottle of water. It's either a bottle of water or a bottle of life. I can't remember. Once we talk to the lady, she'll be able to tell us. And I think it's a older lady in purple that comes outside the house, and that's when you talk to her and she said, "Hey, talk to my uncle and you'll get another spell." And we'll get into the spell momentarily. And if this is ear grating, don't worry, I'm about to die, so you won't have to hear it anymore. The fact that I got through this room without getting hit the very first time is surprising. But yeah, I ended up dying. I'm on my last life, and I do manage to get through the entire palace without getting a game over. So yay to that. Again, it was a close call because I noticed that I get very impatient with this game because this game is quite hard, quite difficult, I'm not gonna lie. And again, I'm not used to NES games. I've never owned an NES, so I didn't grow up playing NES games. It was always Super NES games for me, and PlayStation 1. That's my childhood there. That's where my gaming began. It started with the Super Nintendo, and then it evolved into pretty much Nintendo and Sony. As far as Microsoft, I never wanted it. I knew people that had the original Xbox, and I played the original Xbox from there, but I never actually got it. So to the left here in the cave is where we'll get an additional point bag, and this is crap because I ended up getting bombarded by these Gorias, I think they're called. Not entirely sure. I don't remember. So that was a bad mix-up. And also, I actually get a close call here, I believe. And it was good that I ended up getting that P bag because I'm over halfway to a level up, which is good. I do level up twice in this video, I believe. I think I increased my attack once and my I know I increased something else. Attack and life. That's what it was. And they're both during the palace. The first level up is like during the palace, and then the second level up is from putting the crystal in. So that's actually a pretty good, and you got to remember this is only our second palace. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And I didn't know that the point bag was the last thing on the screen. I thought it was like another enemy, like a mace thrower or something. But it doesn't matter because I'm about to increase my life because we are going to get a heart container before we go to the Swamp Palace, which is over to the right. That's being blocked by this boulder here. You can go up there to get to the very first town. in the game. That's right near the first palace, if you want to. You probably will, especially if you get like a game over in the game and you got to start all the way to the beginning where Zelda is at. So it's actually pretty good. And Blue Garai is, I just don't like this enemy. Like I was doing somewhat good right there, blocking his boomerangs, but if his boomerangs were a little bit more predictable, I probably wouldn't have so much of a struggle with that enemy, but it's whatever. I did manage to get the heart container and it fills up your life, so it wasn't a big deal, but still, I think that's my main frustration with this game, is just that the enemies are so brutal in this game. It's not too bad. Like I said, the Iron Knuckles isn't so bad. Well, the orange and red ones, the blue ones, oh my gosh. It's because they throw projectiles that it makes it difficult for me to deal with them. But I'm gonna rest up at the harbor town. Or do I go? I don't remember if I give away. No, that was the health restore lady, I think. Yeah. The magic lady is the older woman. I believe she's on the next screen. It should be a lady coming out of the next house. Not that house, but it should be. I'm trying to think. Oh no, it's the next screen. It should be a woman coming outside the house. I think it is the next screen, because I was like, I was thinking it was the first screen, but it's this house right here. I was getting my screens confused. Okay, it's the water of life. I said water bottle. It's the word water is involved in the phrase, okay? Cut me some slack, okay? I'm not fond of this Zelda game, but you know, I'm not going to spend my time bashing on the game because I think enough LPers does it as it is. It says give you power, but all it does is turn you into a fairy. Now, I have heard of instances where people would play this game and sometimes they'll have like a glitch out or something like that with like keys coming up in the palace. And by the way, I did a small cut because when I came out to the overworld, I actually had to refer to my guide because I kind of couldn't remember where exactly I had to go to in order to get through the swamp palace. And I was just double checking to make sure. But anyway, where people would have like instances where palace keys wouldn't spawn. I've never done it myself because I never had an instance where I was short on keys. But you could actually use the fairy spell to actually go through the keyholes, and that particular spot will hold the red potion if you need it. But you can use the fairy spell to go through keyholes. Now, I don't know if you can do that with every door. That would be kind of, time consuming and very hurtful to your magic, because considering it costs just as much as life does. And I think they did that on purpose so you couldn't spam it to pretty much just breeze through the palace. But like I said, I don't know if that's only some doors you have to do that to. I think there was a case where you have to do it, but don't quote me. I'm not entirely sure. But here we are in the second palace, and I do a jump right here for that statue right there, and I go back out and I go back in a couple of times because I wanted to see if I could get an iron knuckle to appear. Usually if an iron knuckle does appear from that statue, I believe it's red. And I was doing that because I was only 40 away from level up. So I was thinking, hey, I'm going to slash this statue, see if I can get an iron knuckle to appear and, use the EXP. Like, I wasn't, panicking or anything. Cause like I said, I'm only 40 short of leveling up here to get that sweet attack that I've been wanting. But that red potion does help me out later on in the palace. I do go back to that red potion. As I've stated several times before, I'm not particularly good at this game, and sometimes I do get impatient and just hurry up and kill the enemy before they kill me. It's not necessarily a good thing, but you know, it's what I do. And I actually got pretty lucky in this dungeon. I did get quite a few P-back drops. And I think it's one of the reasons why I was able to level up so easily. And now that I think about it, do I level up 3 times? I think I actually level up 3 times because if I'm not mistaken, magic, see I wasn't paying attention, magic is 1200 and life is 1500. I think by the time I complete the palace and put the crystal inside the statue, I think I know for sure life is on 6, but I believe it takes 1500, which means I have already would have leveled up at that point, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, we'll see. So we may see 3 level ups in this video. So attack, magic, and life will go up at least once, which is not a bad haul. Like I said, especially for you know, just completing the 2nd palace. The 3rd palace isn't very hard to get to at all. And I decided to grind on these bubbles here, so I did a small little cut. And I thought that was cool to leave in because it was just hilarious to me. I say ha ha, and I think I do another cut, yes, because I killed that bubble off screen as well because I didn't want to take you guys' times up. Having a downward thrust and having a attack at level 4, it definitely makes handling those guys easier. I think this is the first time we ran into the blue style foes. As you can see, they can do the downward thrust as well. So do be mindful of that. But all you have to do is just crouch down, hit them in the kneecaps, and you're good to go. But they are a little bit more annoying because they've recognized the power of jump. So yeah, and they have the downward thrust. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't know how to downward thrust, but alas they do. So what can you do? And I believe I kill a bubble here. Yeah, and I off screen it. Yeah. Again, didn't want to waste you guys' time or nothing like that. They're way easier to take care of. Now we have, you know, downward thrust and our attack is at 4. And this is where I was like, hey, I can go back and get that red potion since my magic is halfway depleted. I was like, I wonder, do I cast a life spell? Apparently I didn't cast a life spell while it was filling up, so I didn't take advantage of that. It's only 1 notch missing. I should be fine. As a matter of fact, I am fine. I mean, I did beat the palace. Like I said, I did have a few close calls, but I managed to get through without any issues. And the more I look at this, the more I think, yeah, I think I do get 2 more level ups. Those are horse heads. I believe that's what they're called. Kind of like, they move like Medusa, and I was surprised that I was able to get through that area with just 1 hit. I believe if they do damage you though, they do take away your EXP. So do be mindful of that. But if you do manage to kill them, the best way to do it is a downwards thrust. It's not ideal to kill them when there's several in the room with you. It's best to just, you know, do what I did and just kind of avoid it, but kind of take your time with it. Orange Iron Knuckles, just jump and attack, slash them, and that Iron Knuckles aren't bad in this game. Honestly, they're really not. I prefer Iron Knuckle over the red and the orange ones. Like I said, the blue ones, they throw projectiles, they can go to hell. I think it's a red potion in that statue head as well. And of course I make a cut to kill this bubble. But I believe there's a red potion in that statue head as well. I don't think I take it though. Not looking back at the footage, I don't think I do. Which is weird. That's your way to the boss. We don't want to go there right now because we don't have the palace treasure yet. Which is a handy glove. And honestly, I had to Google to see what the hell that thing did because I honestly did not know. Apparently you can break blocks. That's how you break blocks. And I was like, huh, alrighty then. What a waste. that was my thought. And I went ahead and decided to use the jump spell. Well, just have it at the ready because Sometimes I cast that spell to get by through that area, because what's going to happen is that area will fill up with blocks. And because I don't have the glove, I couldn't break it. So I would just have to literally just walk off the screen and respawn. It's another, yeah, iron knuckle here. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Let him come to you. With level 4 attack, you can just slash him twice. I mean, 4 times and he's good. So yeah, it's magic then 50. Yeah, so I do level up 3 times. Awesome. That's not bad at all. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but every time you insert a crystal into the statue, you automatically get a level up no matter where you at. And if you go back, which I think I do, yes, and use the jump spell, there is a red potion here. So I utilize that to my advantage, and now that life is at 50, I essentially have a full heal now. Life is at 50, fairy's at 40, because my magic did a level up. This right here. Usually I don't come out of this room unscathed. I usually get hit at least once. I guess another easier way for that would be to just wait for the blocks to form and then break your way through. But like I said, I'm an impatient soul. Just go through it. Looking back at the playback footage, I realized I was kind of close to getting a level up here. And I was kind of hoping that this idiot would come like closer so I could kill it, but he never got lower. Like, I don't have the upward thrust to like potentially hit him. Like, maybe if I cast jump and do a downward thrust on him, I could potentially kill him, but I don't do that because, well, I want to preserve my magic for the boss, because this route right here is onward to the boss. Like, we've done everything we could. And it sucks because this portion right here was just horrible. Yeah, it was just horrible. I was trying to refill my health. You got these stupid statue heads shooting beams at you. It's quite ridiculous. And that Stalfos had gave me that red potion, and I was like, I cannot miss this opportunity. And I got hit 4 times right there, and I'm just like, thank God that they don't hit as hard as normal enemies, because that would have been bad. So at that point, I was just rushing through. I think I do kill this bubble, or it's the next one. It's a cut coming up. I believe I killed this one. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this one. So this elevator right here, you want to skip by it. Oh, and I probably should have mentioned the blue drops form those blob guys. No, I don't kill this one. I think I just say screw it and just go. Because there's one more key we have to get, and it's down here in this corridor. So technically I lied earlier. But that's okay. Can't remember everything. These guys aren't so bad. Like, once you get in there, you're good. And for some reason, I thought that maybe this would have like a small potion or something like that. Maybe I could do the life spell red potion trick, but alas, there was nothing in there. Yeah, like I said, I was getting pretty lucky with the P-Vacs in this video. Which I'm not complaining at all. Like I said, I got 3 level ups. So, yeah. Now this is our little boss gauntlet, like for realsies. You know it's the boss gauntlet when they just start throwing enemies at you. This guy, I want to take my time. Like I said, like if I just had 1 more life to spare, I probably wouldn't be as cautious as I am now. But I only have 1 life. Like, granted, I do have a full magic meter, but still. I want to take my time with this, because the boss isn't hard. He's not hard at all. It's just that he has 2 annoying sidekicks with him. And just downward thrust that, and you should be good. If I can do it, you can do it. Because remember, I suck at this game. I'm trash. You ain't got to make me feel good about it. I know I'm trash. I'm pretty good at killing the iron knuckles, though. Except for blue ones. All except for blue. Such a shame. I love the color blue. Red means danger. It would be nice if they were just harder to hit instead of shooting projectiles. It's the projectiles for me. Like, that's brutal. My projectiles don't hurt him, so his shouldn't hurt me. That's my logic, and I'm sticking to it. So, if you got the magic to spare, which I hope you do, just cast shield. And because we have a level 4 sword, it's literally going to take us, I think that's 7 notches right there. And hit him in his head. After the second hit, the helmets will fall off. And that's what I mean by his two little sidekicks. They shooting beams at you. And on top of the beam that he's shooting at you. So you got a lot going on. But if you cast shield, have decent sword attack like I do, and you'll be good to go. And that's it. That's a Metalhead, and that's the boss. That's Palace 2. So the video is going to end, and in the next video we are going to take on Palace 3, which I believe is Ocean Palace. So if you'd like to see more Let's Plays or weekend walkthroughs from the channel, please be sure to click on the links in the description below. But until then, you guys take care and have an awesome day.